Hey Walking Dead fans, this video will be a review video for episode 7 of Fear the Walking Dead, so spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, and I'll also go over the trailer for the mid-season finale. It seems like this episode was the culmination of a lot of things, or pretty much everything that's happened this season. You know, pretty much everybody's journey, their path to help people and try to redeem themselves. We've got Morgan and that group, we got Dwight came into the scene, and we've got all these things playing out, and it seems like everybody decided that they were going to choose to live and live life and not waste life in ways of simply just helping people and not living life, or just like Dwight's Sherry told him to go live life, you know, live for something. So we definitely had that with Alicia, we had it with Morgan, we had it with Strand and Charlie a little moment, and we had a little bit of the live life because of love thing between John and June. And of course Althea told June that she met someone and fell in love, I guess you could say. But John does eventually tell Dwight about the letter and realizes he should have done it already, so they would have made it back to the plane by now, because the meltdown is happening at this point. And it looks like from a scene that they released from episode 8 is that the reactor may have blown up. But definitely the biggest part of the show, the shocker if you want to call it, is Alicia getting sprayed in the face with some blood from a radiated walker. Could this be the end of the Clarks? We've lost everyone else in that family. We even lost Travis, his wife and son as well. So Alicia is really the last Clark, the last person from the original group. You could count Strand in, but I would say he's like an outsider that came in or helped them out back in the beginning and just became a part of the group. But he's not really a part of the what I would call original group. And Alicia is it. And definitely if they lose her, they're going to lose the show, I think, and the 5 or 6 fans that are left watching it. But I definitely don't think that she's going to die. She may get sick a little bit, but I think she's going to get cleaned up. We do see her in the trailer for episode 8. And I'm going to go over that in just a second, but I do think she will survive. Entertainment Weekly has an article that did talk to Andrew and Ian, the showrunners, and they had a little bit to say about this episode, what may happen in the mid-season finale. So let's see what they had to say real quick. They say all that contaminated blood on Alicia definitely puts her in a lot of risk and danger. That's not to say that it will put her at the same level of exposure as the people from the plant or even Grace, but it's definitely cause for concern. This moment is also significant in regards to Alicia's emotional journey in the season so far. And they also noted that we've also seen Alicia go very near and kind of toe-to-toe with the contaminated walkers at the crash site in episode 2. They say Alicia's story this season has been about being a protector for the group and the length she will go to protect the people she loves, even if it puts her own life at risk. So, of course, in the show, if you're caught up to this point, they've bled this out kind of throughout the season about, oh, Alicia and all the characters really are in such an emotional state. And as far as this show goes, the moment Alicia kind of comes out of it and accepts it and wins over, or whatever you want to call it, boom, blood in the face, she could die. And so definitely the final line in the letter from Sherry to Dwight that John finally gives to him pretty much sums up the whole show and what everybody kind of comes out, at least at the end of the show, feeling or revealing or, coming to terms with. It said, find a reason to live and live. So now Dwight is going to go along with John and the rest of the group on their journey of redemption as well. And that's, of course, if John and Dwight make it back to the plane in time. But I think they will. If they don't, I think they will be on their own little journey and they'll figure out a way to get out and away from the radiation. But I think they'll be on the plane. And it's kind of like the two characters said, John and Dwight, maybe along the way, Dwight will find another clue or find Sherry herself. But they're racing against time, against the meltdown, and it's like a ticking clock, of course. And John and Dwight's pretty far away from the plane. Morgan and Grace are still out there. Alicia's still out there. Alicia is contaminated. Will they even be able to finish the plane and it actually work? It was leaking fuel. The propellers, they got the new ones from Strand, but, will that thing even fly? But let's check out the trailer for the next episode, and it tells us a whole bunch. So it's not really a spoiler, it's the trailer for the next episode, but it does tell us a bunch, and we'll go over it. Check this out.
Get down.
Okay, in the trailer, we do see that the reactor has exploded. A lot of black smoke or caught on fire. Something's happening and the shit's spreading. So, it's bad. It's going to get bad really quick. So the clock that was ticking, I think, is ticking a little faster right now in episode 8. But we do see Grace's truck. Grace Morgan's inside. And we do see then Alicia as well. She's been cleaned up by Grace. So I think this is a big clue to me anyway, that I think she'll be okay. She may have some radiation sickness or something like that, but I do think there's no long-term effects necessarily, and that she's definitely not going to die. But then back at the denim factory, we do get to see Sarah and Wendell, or at least we see Sarah in the trailer, and Logan. It looks like she's going to be either asking him for help or something's going on there, but she needs help because the plane is coming back and they need a runway to land. And I guess they took off from near the denim factory maybe, but from the trailer it looks like they Sarah and Wendell and Logan maybe rig up some lights for a landing strip because they're coming in at night to the denim factory to land on either the highway or a little landing strip that's right there. We do get a shot of Morgan and Alicia in her cleaned up state and new shirt, it looks like, but they're running, saying we're going to need some help here.
We're going to need some help down here.
Morgan, we need to leave now.
But we're hoping they all get on the plane. And the very last shot as it's going out, you can see it looks like the trucks, the denim factory, and maybe some lights that were already there. They put there for a landing strip. So that's why I'm thinking Sarah and Logan work together to get a landing area and a landing strip lit up so they could land safely. So it looks like the mid-season finale, we may get the plane all the way back to the denim factory and landed hopefully in good condition with everybody on board. But hopefully everybody makes it to the plane right at the last second. But it looks like June and several of them are running to try to get away from some walkers. There's always some last-second walkers coming to attack them. A big horde of walkers are coming at them, it looks like. So as the plane is trying to take off, they're running. Did John make it and Dwight? We'll just have to see at the mid-season. Once they wrap up here, and if they make friends, kind of, I guess, with Logan, if Sarah does in some kind of way, or cut a deal for him to help the plane land, what's the second half of the season going to be about? What's the big villain or bad thing that's going to happen in the second half? This episode wasn't my favorite probably of the whole half so far, but I hope the mid-season finale is pretty explosive. There's some awesome shit goes on, and I hope it's very harrowing down to the last second, and I hope everybody makes it. And it'd be really, really cool if the second half of Fear has a whole lot to do with the helicopter group, right? But let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.
We have to get out of the city. Hope we haven't waited too long.
Atlanta seems very far away.